What's up, YouTube, and welcome to the .NET C Sharp series. And today we are making the second part of the logic building series with pattern printing. So this should be printing patterns. And our first pattern is to print this pattern, let's create a for loop. And we can see that there are four lines. So I would do I is less than 5. It begins with 0 and it should be stopped at 4. Let's see how can I do this. Will this do the trick? So we are at the level that our stars have the correct number of rows. But where are the columns? How can we bring the columns? For that we need another loop, and not outside here but inside of our for loop. So we will utilize the concept of the nested loops. So inside this for loop, I will declare another loop and print my static, the console.write, and after all of the stars are printed, then need to do the next line. All of the stars printed, then I need to do the next line. So I need to do the console.write line here. Okay, so we are now progressing. We need one star here and then we need multiple stars. So how can we do that? So basically, I need this condition to be changed because this is what prints the star 5 times. So I don't need the star 5 times in each rows. I need one star at the beginning, then two stars, then each time a row is passed, a star is added to the next row. So I need the pattern like that. First of all, know that the first for loop is responsible for the rows and the inner loop is responsible for the columns. So here we have 5 rows. So the first loop is actually correct because we are printing 5 rows. The inside loop must be changed because we need variable number of stars. So what can we do? We need to change this condition. Pause the video and think that what can we do? I have already given the hint. So if you didn't figure it out, the number of stars in each lines are variable, so they are not constant. So we will create a variable stars and it will be equals to 1. Okay, so now the J loop works on the star. It will print one star. So now our logic is back to printing one star. We have 5 loop. Now what can we do to make it 2 stars in the second iteration, 3 stars in the next iteration, and repeat it so on. Pause the video and solve the problem. So I hope you have figured it out. We need to increment the value of star each time an iteration is complete. An iteration equals to one line. So we can increment the stars using the plus plus operator. Our pattern is now in place. What if we had 2 stars incremented each time? Now this is the same pattern. The first is 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, 9. So how can we print a pattern like this? We will have to make a small change. Pause the video and let's see if you figured it out. So the small change would be change this plus 2 plus equals to 2 and it will just do the trick. So 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So this is how you can print different patterns using the for loops, and it will make you think what things you can do to play with your code and make up your programming logic. Let's see some other patterns. So pattern, let's just go to the Google images and see that there are these different patterns. So you can see that there are these different patterns. How can we print this kind of pattern? So let's go with this. So we are required to print a pattern like this. What will we do? We still don't have to change this loop because we still need the 5 rows. So we need to change this loop. How will we do that? Pause the video and try it yourself if you can make a pattern like this. And try to utilize all of the knowledge you have taken in the loop video and in the nested loop video. If you didn't figure it out, don't worry, we have many patterns that you can practice. For now, this pattern looks like the numbers are greater at the above and lesser at the end. So basically, we can try this. Let's turn the star to 5 and decrement the star each time. So that printed our pattern. Now let's go with the pyramid pattern, which is this. So the pyramid patterns looks like this. We have 7 star at the beginning, then we have 5, 3 and 1. So how can we do this? So we basically need 1 star and plus equals to 2 each time. And we have 4 rows. So you can see that we are halfway there. We have 1 star, 3, 5 and then 7. But if you notice that there are a number of spaces here. So we are making this star, then a space. We are making this star, then a space, this star, and then a space. So we are doing that here. But what about the spaces at the beginning? There might be 5 spaces here, 4 spaces here, 3 spaces here, 1 space here, and no space at the beginning. So, how do we cope up with the gaps? So, let me give you a hint that we need a third loop for that. So, a second inner loop. Pause this video and try to do it by yourself. So, if you didn't succeed, as I told you, we need another loop. Let's go with K. So, we need variable number of spaces. What do? We create a variable for that. So, int gap, the first number of gap is 6. So, we need 6 gaps. We will use console.write and let's give it a space. So this loop is responsible for giving space at the beginning of the stars. Let's see how it turns out. So it did give 6 spaces, but in the second round, third round and fourth round, the spaces should be less. So we can do gap minus equals to 2. So the gaps are decreasing by 2. 6, 4, 2 and then 0. So basically, I put the gap at the wrong spot. The gap should be right here. Basically, this I will run the 0th time. The gaps will be printed. So these 6 gap will be printed. This will run one time because the star is equal to 1. So it will print the first star. Then in the next iteration, we need 2 more stars, and we need -2 gaps. So this iteration would finish and this will go on. And press start and see the magic. So you can see that the pyramid pattern is printed. So by thinking these logics, you develop your habit of thinking like a programmer. Once it's built, you go way up with practice. So whatever you do at your job. Now let's make this pattern a little interesting. So try to print this pattern, and the challenge is that you will not create any more variables now. So pause the video and try to create this pattern. I hope you have figured it out, but if not, then it is simple as that. We are not using this static anymore. What we are doing instead is we are using the j variable. So you can see that it starts from 0, but I don't need 0 in my pattern. What can I do? If I do a j++, that will disturb my loop because the increment operator directly assigns the value to j. So I won't do a plus plus. What I will do is I will do a j plus 1. So this will print out and my value but won't disturb my j variable. So now our pattern is printed. Let's do another challenge. So now what we have to do. My hint is there is a small change. Just take 20 seconds and figure it out. So if you figured it out, great, you are developing that logic that we are trying to build. If not, then simple is that I will replace this j with I. So our raw number and our outer loop. So you can see that now I have this kind of pattern. Let's take this challenge to a new level. And so how can we manage something like this? We can create a variable char. Let's go for the easier route. Char character, and that would be equals to the capital A. We will print that character here. So now we have a lot of A's. We need the A to be incremented each time it is printed. So we have a good news that you can increment the character variable as well. So you can do the plus plus here. So you don't have to assign anything. The plus plus automatically assign the next character to the character after printing this right. So now you have the correct pattern in place. And note that if I had done the plus plus with the pre-increment operator, then it would have started with a B. So how is this actually working? This is because, let me show you a thing. If I put int over here, this is an implicit conversion. So what are these numbers? So basically these are ASCII code. So here you can find out that 65 is the number for character capital A. 97 is the ASCII value of small a. So you can see that even numbers are here and all the symbols are here. So what I can do is if I want to print from 97, I can do 97. I can put 97 here and tell that this 97 is actually a character. So the compiler would understand that we are talking about small a. Increment the character. So now we have the small alphabets of the same pattern. So let's do a last pattern, which would be, so this would be a reverse pyramid. Let's comment out the character and we can bring the static again. So we have to start from zero gaps. In the next line, 1, 2. In the next line, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in the next line, 5 and 6. So we have to increment the gap by 2 each time. The first increment would be 0. And the first number of stars would be 7. So the stars should be decremented by 2 and the gaps should be incremented by 2. So you can see that we have the reverse pyramid presented to us. So this is how you can print patterns. Now a challenge for you is this. So this is called a diamond pattern. Try to print this out and try to use as less loops as possible. So the lowest that you can go is 3. If you figured out some way to print it in less than 3, then that's a bonus. So this is all for the video. Thanks for watching and do subscribe to the channel. See you next time.